Thank you for joining us for the first Parry Sound Virtual Job Fair. It looks like we're all here, so we're going to get started. My name's Sarah Wallace, and I'm a job developer with the Y. We work in partnership with employers and community partners and key stakeholders in West Parry Sound. Our specialization is to assist clients with their job search and support them through finding employment, providing training opportunities, and then helping them with different training supports. Overall, we really love being part of an individual's job search journey. And our employment specialists are trained to deliver an effective and efficient service. We'd not be able to pull off events like this without our partner, our longstanding partner, the Labor Market Group. So we'd like to thank them for their contributions. For this morning's event, our first featured employer is Seguin Valley Golf Club. There's a few housekeeping notes before we get started. If you've got any questions for the employer, the best way to access that is in the chat. If you can't see a chat box, there's 3 dots at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and you'll be able to ask questions with that option. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce today's featured employer, Gail Burrows. Gail is the general manager of Seguin Valley Golf Club. Seguin Valley is one of the top 100 recognized golf courses in Canada, and it's located just a few minutes south of Parry Sound. So over to you, Gail.
Good morning. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Labor Market Group and Emma. I'm pretty excited to be one of the first employers to participate in this new platform. As Sarah mentioned, we are located just outside of Parry Sound. If you're familiar with the Highway 400 corridor, we're just off of Osler Park Road, approximately 8 minutes from the town of Parry Sound. The business has been in operation for about 20 years. The owners are fantastic people. It's owned by a nice couple. It's a really interesting team environment here. There's a lot of overlapping that happens between departments. So the course is well known among golfers, and as Sarah mentioned, we are listed in the top 100 best courses in Canada. So pretty excited about that. So the atmosphere of our business is very casual. We get to know our customers. We have a very warm and friendly environment. People come to Seguin to relax, to celebrate, and just to play the game of golf. So it's a great spot. You can see it's a warm atmosphere in my clubhouse here as well. So the business itself has an 18-hole golf course, has a very small practice area, dining room, which you can see behind me, the banquet facility, and 3 private cottages on a lake that we operate in a stay-and-play capacity for overnight opportunities for our golfers. So the job opportunities at Seguin Valley kind of fall under 3 categories. We have our dining room and food service operation that operates as a team, our golf operations, so and I'll go into a bit about those positions in a minute, and then the turf department, the group that's responsible for maintaining the facility. So each of these positions that we offer each year are seasonal. There is only myself, I'm the GM that operates year round, and we have a superintendent who also performs winter maintenance and works year round here as well. So all of the positions are ideal for a number of different people and different opportunities that they're looking for. All of our positions are trained, so not having experience with golf or turf equipment or that type of thing is fine. We gladly will train people that want to join our team. And and we have a variety of different types of positions, everything from part-time to full-time and things in between. So we are really engaged to work with people who even need a flexible schedule. Perhaps they're supplementing an income with another part-time job, or they are semi-retired and only want to commit to a few days a week, or you're a student and you can only work full-time in July and August, but you can work part-time otherwise, or you're a cottager and you can only be here for some of the time. That all of those opportunities and ways we really work with our new team to try and make a puzzle all fit together. So COVID is something that has impacted so many businesses, especially in this area. And golf itself was seen as a recreation outlet. And so as we couldn't really run the business as we normally have, we were still able to completely change the business safely and actually saw a surge in traffic. So we were quite busy. So as a job seeker, if you're looking at a job that you want to be sure that you're going to have this summer, I think golf is still poised to be a sport that will be needing staff and our food and beverage department as well. That's not going to change, and there's a lot of security in that. Safety is a top priority for us, safety for both our staff and our customers. So that, and our management team was evolving continually last year as the protocols changed quite rapidly throughout the season. We are in the North Bay Parry Sound Health Unit, so it's kind of in the Northern Ontario end, a very safe place to work, and we definitely take high care in our staff to make sure everybody has got all the support they need, all the PPE that they need, and that they're aware of what the rules are and what they need to do to stay safe. So I'll get into a little bit about the 3 different types of positions we're hiring for. Our first one is our dining room and food service department. So these positions are full and part-time. Generally, they're not pigeonholed to any specific job. So as an example, a refreshment cart server will also work in the dining room, or perhaps could help support the kitchen for banquets for our weddings. So we don't just hire for one job. So it's kind of nice because you don't ever have the same day after day. So you might be this weekend on the beer cart on Saturday, and on Sunday you'll be in the dining room or on the patio or on the barbecue pit. So it's good for variety. It is a position that we require you to be 18 years of age to apply for, just because alcohol is served pretty much all the operating hours of the club. We operate 3 meals a day, breakfast through to dinner, and that's because we have the cabins on the property, that those guests have meals included with their packages. So it's that's why the meals are quite busy, and then there's a constant traffic, so there's not really too much downtime. There is some heavy lifting in that position, things like cases of beer, kegs of beer, banquets, they can all be quite heavy, but the position is pretty rewarding. It is an entry level on the pay scale, but the gratuity structure that's involved makes it quite lucrative, we'll say that. Our customers are quite good at rewarding our staff for fantastic service. We do have a membership base here at the club, and then also with the stay and play traffic, our golfers are really engaged to get to know our servers. It's a really friendly environment, and it's a golf-centric menu, so nothing's too complicated. We don't have sommeliers or anything like that on staff. It's pretty much a straightforward service and pretty easy to learn. A lot of computer applications involved with it, with our point of sale, so somebody is a little bit quick at learning cash registers in a touch screen type mode is ideal, but that's trainable too. So in the kitchen side of the dining room, all of our menu items are pretty quick to prepare. It's a fast service type of environment. Our banquets are pretty standardized. It is a state-of-the-art kitchen, so if you're getting into the chef trade or wanting to learn more about that, it's a great spot to work. It's well lit, and like I said, state-of-the-art equipment, so good spot to be. So I'll leave the dining room and food service for there. The golf operations side, this is kind of the hub of the business. So golf, those positions are full and part-time. We have students as young as 15 working with us to adults as old as 75 on our team. So it's a great position for anyone looking for something to do. This is pretty much golf stuff. So parking lot greeters, our starter, our marshal, our back shop, which is pretty much a cart jockey, and our housekeeping team. So this team is really responsible for smooth operations of the golf course. The greeters have a large responsibility. They have to direct traffic. They record carts that are assigned. They provide communication to the rules, the protocols of the day, and then they have to communicate with the fellow staff as well. So those people have become key in our operations post-COVID. The starters and marshals help the play on the course. So they make sure that pace is going on time, that if there's any issues, carts break down, things like that, that's their role. So in those specific positions, golf knowledge is an asset, but it can be taught as well. Strong communication is a must for any of those positions. This job is really hectic, and it is primarily outdoors. So if you're somebody who enjoys being out in everything from black fly weather to snow, then it's a good spot to be. The back shop position, we primarily hire students for that. It is basically the carts when they come off the course from a customer, refreshing them, washing them, and putting them back in place for the next group of people. So it can be a little bit more repetitive in that we have 80 carts, and sometimes in your shift you'll have to wash 60, 70 carts. So that job is great for somebody who's just starting out, that wants entry level, see what golf's all about, and perhaps they can move on to a position later in the season or the next year. So in that specific back shop position, speed is key. Consistency is key. You're responsible for making sure those carts don't have any, that they're sanitized and they're ready to go. So we rely on that consistency. And a big part of the job is that your feet are always wet. So if you like having wet feet and your cart duck, then the back shop position is a good starting spot. So we can teach you how to drive a power cart. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so that's the back shop. The pro shop, we're looking for people in that department. So that one is indoors. It's a lot of telephone work. It's taking reservations, accepting payments, communicating to the different departments, cleaning, making sure that the shop is maintained. It's a retail store, so cleaning that up, a little bit of merchandising. That pro shop is a great spot for somebody who's keen with a computer and loves that fast-paced work. There's lots of times where all the phone lines are lit up and there's groups in front of you trying to check in, and you have to manage your time and how you deal with those people diplomatically. So it's a fun job. It's a lot of variety. The housekeeping job helps us with our clubhouse and our cabins. It's part-time, and there's a lot of flexibility in that role. So we have the ideal candidate for that. You'll work in tandem with another housekeeper. So if you need Tuesday off, then they can do that for you or whatnot. But it's just basically refreshing cabins like in a hotel environment between guests, making sure they're sanitized up to standards, and then also doing some work around the clubhouse when windows need to be washed and that kind of stuff. So that's the housekeeping role. Our turf department is the team that's the heart of golf. They keep the course in ideal condition. They work more in a team style in that they all start at the same time each morning and they all finish around the same time each day. So people that may need carpooling or may not have access to drive here, there's a lot of people on that team that work together to carpool. They are pretty much early risers, so just after sunrise each day they start, and usually about 2 or 3 in the afternoon they're done. Primarily, once they go off in the morning, they're on machines, and then they usually finish out their day with projects around the club. So that could be things that are a little bit more labor intensive, like gardening or doing a repair to an irrigation head or a drainage project or something like that. So there is a little bit of heavy lifting and labor involved, but primarily you're on a piece of machinery. That is fully trained as well, and it is a little repetitive, but there is variety as well. It's nice because that job is primarily Monday to Friday, and like I said, it starts early in the morning and is done in the afternoon. So there are part-time positions for weekends. We usually fill those with people only wanting to work on weekends. So there's both those opportunities. So our season usually goes somewhere around May the 1st to Thanksgiving. Different departments will start at different times. The golf operations usually starts a few days before we open with training and orientation, whereas the turf department will start usually about April the 1st, preparing the course in time to open in May. In terms of that, we've talked a little bit about compensation. Most of the positions are just a little above minimum wage, depending on what you bring to the table in terms of past experiences and whatnot. But the nice perk is that there is golf privileges included. This is a top 100 golf course, so to have a job and be able to play at a course that is at this caliber is a great opportunity. So that's pretty good. And a lot of our team will play on our men's league and ladies league and things like that. So it's a great team environment. We usually have some social stuff that goes on in terms of summer. We unfortunately last year couldn't do a summer party, but usually we do something to help our staff, thank them for the season. Other than that, I don't know if anyone has questions about the positions. It's a really great opportunity. We find that the team really works together here, and we all have a great season. So it's just a good place to work, and I love it. I've been here 7 years myself. My superintendent's been here 6, and the owners have been here 10. So we've got a good, stable management team that's had great success, and we're happy to be part of the community. I think Sarah has a video of the club. We thought maybe might be worthwhile to give you some perspective of what the course looks like. It's a flyover video that we have hosted on YouTube. There's also a spot on our website where you can get information about how to apply for the various positions as well.
That's terrific, Gail. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to see this video, see the course not covered in snow, which will be great for jobs.
Beautiful, covered in snow.
Thank you, Gail. That was terrific. I love seeing just the overheads of a golf course. It's certainly beautiful. So if we don't have any questions for Gail, I'm not sure if we do or not, then we'll just move on to the next steps, which is to thank Gail and the Labor Market Group for their hard work putting this event together and for showcasing the great opportunities that Seguin Valley has to offer to our community. So one last reminder, if you're interested in applying, you can always reach out to someone at the Y, myself as Sarah, and I'd be happy to forward your resume to Gail and the leadership team at Seguin Valley. And in addition, Gail is always welcome, or has always welcomed people to reach out to her directly as well for employment opportunities. If you're interested in more events from the Labor Market Group and the YMCA, please keep in touch on social media. Thanks again for joining us, and best of luck. Have a great day.
Thank you so much.